Google is back with a map app for iPhones only 3 months after it was kicked off by Apple. Well, Ben Rooney has been looking at the map app battle. Let's map this out. Google used to supply maps originally for the Apple iPhone, but then Apple decided, no, we'll give them our own. Goodbye, Google.
Yeah, and there was a great outcry about this because there was a perception that it wasn't quite as good. So, but it wasn't.
That's the new. That was the Apple Map app.
So what they've now done is they've come back, and Google has now launched its own, brought it back in. It's now an app, so it's not integrated. The old system, it was integrated. The new one, it's a separate standalone app. It stands, like any other app that you have on your iPhone, and it's a really decent mapping service. It's better than the one than the old Google app.
And also probably better than the Apple app.
Well, yes. Now that's not necessarily that hard. The Apple one was frankly not terribly satisfactory. I mean, the internet, when this thing took off, there was all these jokes around. I mean, there was this great joke about an Apple, an iPhone 5 user walks into a bar. Or was it an airfield? Or was it a shop?
I mean, he was using the Apple Map app.
He was using that one.
It's all for the fun of it.
The Australian police recommended people not to use it because we had this story quite recently. So there was a lot of problems with it.
Okay, so basically, you now have an option if you have an iPhone, Apple iPhone, to either use the Apple one or the Google one.
Yeah.
Why is that so important at this stage?
Because underneath it all, what matters here is location data. As your mobile phone becomes the primary way that people will access the internet, where you are matters hugely. And so, because all sorts of services can be sold off the back of it. Mobile advertising is incredibly difficult. It's really, really hard. Your tiny little things on Windows. It's very difficult. So you want to make it as tailored and as personalized as possible. One of the most important things when you're using a mobile phone is, where are you? There's no point in sending me, if I'm looking at my mobile phone, there's no point in sending me advertisements for things that happen in Paris or Berlin if I'm here in London. So location data is absolutely vital now for companies going forward.
And so obviously, the company that gets the most location data will be the company that has probably the most popular map app.
Yeah, it's the ability for developers to use that data, to build their own apps on top of it. It's the richness of the data, who's doing what, where. I mean, the very simple example was one. Telefonica worked on a thing that could track where people were in a shopping mall, so you could see how many people were going at different times of the day. So that's really important. So if and you had some idea of who those people were. So it's that sort of information becomes incredibly valuable.
Ben, brave new world. Thanks a lot.
Not at all.